Hello everybody, yes, how are we all doing? It is the Fredders93 here and welcome back to another episode of Football with Fredders, the weekly football chat and discussion show here on the channel. Now I'm going to be taking a look at the British Isles' first few games from the international break, which may include some World Cup qualifiers or it's included some friendlies. I'll take a little bit of a look as to how they've got on and then I'll be predicting their games, which have been from last night and tonight. So first of all, let's start with the home nation that I've been born and raised in, England. We had a decent couple of first games, I should say, but although that could be a bit of an understatement, bearing in mind we beat San Marino 5-0, despite the goalkeeper of San Marino's best efforts. It very could easily have been a cricket score, so you could have seen why the goalkeeper for San Marino was given man of the match for that game. And then also the game against Albania, we got a 2-0 win in that. Not bad, so 2 wins from 2. It's a group that we really should be winning and topping with straight E, so part of me is not really surprised at all that we got those 2 comfortable wins in those games. This upcoming game against Poland would have been more of a test had Robert Lewandowski stayed fit. Unfortunately, he is now out with a foot injury, so that might weaken Poland's offense a little bit. Offense? Attack. Sorry, this is not American football. This is proper football. Now, with Robert Lewandowski injured, that seizes an opportunity for England to get themselves a more of a hold of the game, where Poland may be weak in attack. But we have still got Wojciech Szczesny to try and get past. However, I think we should still do enough to snatch the win. Next up from the home nations, we have got the Tartan Army, aka Scotland. Now, their games this week weren't exactly as straightforward as we probably thought that they would be. They had to battle hard for their 2-2 draw with Austria, and then also surprisingly enough, for their 1-1 draw with Israel, they had to battle for that as well. So two draws from the first 2 games. It's not bad because they're at least getting points on the board. However, it's not exactly ideal because games could be getting tougher as the groups go on, but they have the chance to grab 3 points against the minnows of the Faroe Islands, which I believe that they should do very, very comfortably. Well, you'd like to hope anyway, but Scottish football, it's not exactly a great league. I mean, Scotland are having a bit of a golden generation right now where they've just qualified for the Euros, but even they're not going to last long in that, I don't think. So fingers crossed they should at least beat the Faroe Islands to give them a boost ahead of the European Championships. Next up, we have got the Dragons of Wales. Now, they've had a bit of a mixed bag in their 2 games. One of them being a World Cup qualifier against Belgium, which was a repeat of the 2016 European Championship quarter-final, where Wales managed to grab that famous victory from a Hull Robson-Kanu goal to get themselves into the semi-finals of that tournament. However, they had no such luck here today against the Belgians. But Belgium's current golden generation proving too much for the Welsh, grabbing that 3-1 win. And then recently they've had a friendly match against Mexico, where they managed to grab the 1-0 win. However, about 24 hours or so before their next game against the Czech Republic, they have had the bit of bad news with the fact they've just had to send 3 of their squad home, including Hull Robson-Kanu, but also Rabi Motondo and also Tyler Roberts, for basically what we're calling disciplinary issues, which sounds like they may have broken protocol. Although they're not discussing it, that's surely what it is. Now, where they're going up against the Czech Republic, apart from maybe Kofal or Souček, I can't really say I have much of a knowledge of the current Czech Republic squad. I mean, growing up, we saw players like Petr Cech, Pavel Nedved, Milan Baros. They don't really have any of those players nowadays. Oh, Thomas Rosicky as well. There's no real sort of player of that sort of calibre coming through in Czech football at the moment, so I reckon Wales should still have enough to get the win in that game. Next up, we are going across the ferries to Ireland, but we're starting in the north to complete things with the UK. They had not exactly the greatest of international breaks so far. They lost their first qualifier 2-0 away to Italy, and then they went and took on the US in a friendly, and they managed to lose that 2-1 as well. Ever since Northern Ireland lost Michael O'Neill as their manager to Stoke City, things haven't really exactly been great for them. However, I am hoping that they do bounce back at least against Bulgaria. And fingers crossed, being at Windsor Park, they should hopefully do so. And then finally, the Republic of Ireland. Now, I know that the Irish guy on HITC Sport has covered this a fair bit, but we're going to cover it here as well. They've lost their first 2 World Cup qualifiers, so they're really behind everybody else at the moment. So Serbia, that sounded like more was a hard-fought game there, with the Serbs only just coming out on top with the 3-2 win. But then the Republic of Ireland go and lose to Luxembourg at home, no less. That's the result, which really isn't going to put things in a great light but that result really is not going to put things in a great light for the Republic of Ireland team, especially for a manager like Stephen Kenny, who's already under pressure. And next up for them is a friendly against Qatar, which would have been played by the time the video comes out. I'm hoping the Republic of Ireland get a win in that, but you just never know against the hosts of the 2022 World Cup in next November. Next November. I will get my words out in this eventually. But that's been a quick little look at how the international teams have been getting on in their breaks. Fingers crossed next week I may take a look at some of the Champions League or the Europa League games. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. But that will do it for this week on Football Threaders. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Do leave the like, subscribe if you're new, follow the social media, follow the Twitch, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye bye for now.